First woman to serve as UK Defence Secretary, Penny Mordaunt, has got her term off to a controversial start. Amnesty International is angered by her plan to grant immunity for British veterans from investigation and prosecution for crimes committed while on active service.
It would be utterly disingenuous to have a presumption of non-prosecution for abuse, yet at the same time claim justice is being served. British soldiers who break the law must face it, just like everyone else. These proposals potentially set a dangerous precedent.
So the human rights body isn't the only organisation concerned about the proposal, especially as Penny Mordaunt wants to extend that cover to Northern Ireland too. Polly Boyker's got more.
The new boss in here has proposed a new law, one that would presume soldiers innocent of any offences committed throughout the course of duty abroad more than 10 years ago. Although that rule could have exceptions. For example, if new evidence of alleged crimes were to come to light.
It is high time that we change the system and provide the right legal protections to make sure that decisions our service personnel take in the battlefields will not lead to repeated or unfair investigations down the line.
For the new Defence Secretary, the new legislation is about making the system fairer and preventing what she called lawfare, repeated and unfair investigations against former soldiers.
This is not about preventing someone who's committed a crime from facing justice. This is about stopping an industry that surrounds these processes, which is not about the pursuit of justice.
IHAT, the Iraq Historic Allegations Team, spent 7 years trawling through allegations of murder, torture and wrongdoing at a cost of £60 million to the taxpayer. None of the claims resulted in a prosecution, and in 2016 the unit was shut down.
Mr. Speaker, I completed 7 tours in Northern Ireland, all with the infantry or associated units. I lost many men, and I was involved in fatality shootings. I was investigated, along with others. The investigations were thorough, aggressive, and bloody awful to go through.
So while former soldiers and members of the military say that the amnesty doesn't go far enough, that it needs to include Northern Ireland too, human rights groups are concerned that the government's desire to better protect its former and current servicemen and women will effectively place them above the law. It's reported that there are around 150 investigations looking into alleged abuses by British soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. The question is how the victims of those alleged abuses will ever get justice if these new proposals become law.
What they're trying to do is create an exemption from European human rights law for soldiers or fighters on the battlefield. That's obviously really dangerous. Because obviously the battlefield is one place where there's lots of very vulnerable people, civilians, unarmed people, others who might not be part of that, whose human rights need to be protected. No soldier should have an amnesty. What they need to have a fair just system. If you've committed human rights breaches, you get punished. If you haven't, you don't. So there shouldn't be a blanket amnesty or exemption for anyone anyway. The government couldn't find an easy way to say that we will now bring all of these veterans back into the fold and therefore they are exempted from this.